So again, I got going and forgot the camera. So what I did the other day is I cut all of my border strips, sashing strips. It was different because I was cutting them with the fabric by 14.5 inches. And that's how long they are. So then I was taking each of those strips and cutting them into 3.5 inch lengths. So anyway, that's all my sashing strips. And I just came up to start sewing them together. So, they only have 2, as it shows here, in between for the lap size. I'm just doing, 2 in between. So, for all of my rows up there, this will take no time at all to do those 2 sashing strips in between. And then the vertical rows will be done. And then I need to cut my cornerstones and do, to be able to connect horizontally and then all the borders. So that should be fun. I'm not great at making squares. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so this is my first vertical row. And we shall get these done. It does make it quite a bit bigger with those 3.5 inch strips in between. Okay, vertical rows are done. And now it's time for what I think is the tough part, because I gotta match those little squares in between everything. So, wish me luck. This is my piece of fabric that I need to cut for my cornerstones. And I'm going to be cutting 2 3.5 times width of fabric and getting 23.5 inch squares. So that's about right. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5 is 20. Yep. So on to the next. I have cut my 20 cornerstones for the sashing, and I will be sewing, let me get to the page here, this sashing strip here for the horizontal. And as you can see by this, it'll be 1, 2, 3 rows before doing the outside borders and then the top and bottom. So I've got 6 pieces here with cornerstones because this is what I need here. And I'll need 1 more strip to sew on to the other, all 6 on the other end of that. So I'm going to get those stitched and I'll be able to put the horizontal sashing on. So next I take one of these strips and I add a second one because I'm going to go like that with 1 more white piece of sashing. So I'll be doing 3 of these like this and like this. So I will be sewing those over here. want these to be as straight and as even as possible. So I do have trouble. Two. All right. Okay. Snip these apart. And go around this way. And now I have put one more white strip on the end. And I may have mentioned earlier in doing these that when I cut my strips or cornerstones, you know, when fabric is folded, it's always right side out. So when I'm cutting it, I always leave the pair together. So especially with a solid color, it's really hard to tell what's the right side and which is the wrong side. So if I leave them together, each of the pairs, I know it's right side out. So right sides together, that one will go there, and this one will get flipped over to go there. I take the next pair, and I'm only going to take the top one, so I got to remember underneath here is the right side. It's the wrong side up. This is the right side. So that gets flipped over that way. So I will get these sewn on, get them pressed, and start doing my horizontal and hope that everything matches up. I'll show you when I get there. So I have sewn the 3 horizontal sashings to the top of 3 rows. Now it's time to put them together. So here we go. In a lot of cases, that red block was a little bit wider than the sashing. Yeah, I could say somehow some of them fit pretty good. At a distance, you're not going to notice. I know that much. So, time to put the center together and then do the borders. So the top is almost done. There's 2 rows sewn together. I'll do the other 2 together and then put the whole thing together. Oh, a couple more horizontal stitchings and it's the border. It's really pretty, isn't it? Alright, the center part is together. And like I said, when you just look at it through here, the cornerstones look just fine because you can't see the seams of the sashing, and they're not off by much. They actually look pretty good. So the next step will be to do the borders. I'll do the sides and then top and bottom. Okay, there are the side borders. Now it's time to make the top and the bottom. So I will be starting this time with the red block. Let's say it'll be red, white, red, white, red, white. So I can just attach 6 red blocks to white strips, and then I'll be adding another red at the end once I get them all together. That should be easy enough. Gotta show you this. I've got the top and bottom border done. Starting and ending with a red square. So I'm ironing the second one. Ironing the seams out towards the sashing, like you're supposed to do. Then I get to the last one, and I say, "Ha! Oh, have no seam there. It's over there. Dang it!" So, don't know if that's the right side of that white strip or the wrong side, and whether or not I sewed that on incorrectly. But, you know what? No one's going to notice, but I do need to take that one off and sew it to the other side, because it's not going to match those. Oh my, always something. So, but that will go top and bottom, and then the top will be done. Very cool. Well, there you have it. The top is done. I like it. So, if anyone else likes it and is interested in possibly purchasing it as a Christmas gift, you can let me know. So, there we go. I gotta figure out still if I'm gonna try to quilt it or if I'm gonna have it quilted. And I might have it quilted just because it needs to be quilted all over. And I don't think I could do that. So, anyway, that will be for another time. But for now, that's done. So, I'm happy.